Hi, I'm Trisha, and I'm adding another video to my YouTube channel. Right now, I'm sitting in an RV space of a Canadian who cannot get here to Montana. So I've been having fun exploring the different RV spots that people have here. And this is the upper level of it. And there's a whole nother section down below that I've walked in many, many times, and in there is where I saw my first time seeing live walking up on a teepee tree structure that a lot of people associate with Sasquatch or Dogman, which I didn't know that until just yesterday. Somebody told me about that. Anyways, I seem to be more in line with the Sasquatch and or tree people, forest beings. So I wanted to share an experience that I had a couple weeks ago. That was a first. Actually, no, it's the second time I had this happen. But this time I know it was a very powerfully positive, helpful experience that happened. Okay. So as I talk more and more about my experiences, I share more about that I've been studying and learning from and gaining knowledge about I call them the ancient people of the land, the native people who have lived around the United States, and I'm getting to connect with. I feel that I'm getting to connect with some. I don't know if they're ancient, could be some ancient, could be not as ancient, um, very helpful non-physical helpers in the world. And then they will also inspire the physical helpers to kind of coordinate things and stuff like that. Okay, so this is my experience. My bird is probably going to be wandering around, and I'll probably go check on her in a second. Okay, so I started a new job, and on Monday, and on Sunday, I went to a property that I was kind of meeting the dad who needed help with like a nanny for his kids his week. And so then he started sharing with me a whole bunch of stuff that was not good about what happened to his ex-wife and the what stuff that she did and what happened to her, and just then something that happened to one of the dogs on the land, and then just the more and more over the I didn't sleep that night. It was just too much information and not good stuff, and I usually sleep really good, and I knew that there was something going on that land, or with him, or both of them, or something. But there was some dark energy that I feel was affecting each one of them to act different. And so on Wednesday, yeah, Wednesday, I was at work, and I work at a company where they make herbs, and it's an herbal supplement business, and I love it, and I love what it's about. So it's a very great, a very great helpful thing that this business is about. So I've just been very happy to be working there and to be working and that kind of thing. So all of a sudden, I just had this urge to like reach back behind with my left hand and feel like my back, kind of the left side of my spine, under my shoulder, somewhere in there. And I could feel, it felt like I couldn't tell if like there was something had been digging into my skin, like was it my bra strap or was it, I'm like, no. And then it just felt like that's what it was, like something had been pushing or something. And then I'm like, no, these are like, it felt raised up, like raised skin, but lines, or I don't know, I didn't know what was going on. And so that was at like 2:30 or something in the day. So later in the evening, I finally tried to take a couple pictures of my own back, which is, I did it. I was like, wow, I was able to do it, and they came out pretty clear. And I was so shocked what I saw. I was, well, my first was like, I was scratched. And then as I'm the looking at it, I realize it's shaped as, well, I thought it looked like the letter Z, okay? It looked like the letter Z with a line above it. And then the more I looked at the pictures, I realized it was a symbol. And then over the next day or two, I realized it was for me. Like it was a very helpful symbol that was given to me. And so then I put a comment on Facebook, does anyone out there know symbols? Well, like, do you know anyone good about symbols? And so I got a really super great response. And then I was messaging with her and her, I forget if it was her husband or her boyfriend, but he does medicine work and so does she. And so I sent them the pictures and I said, I feel like this is for my help. Like this is a good thing that, I mean, it might seem not like it because of what a lot of the TV shows say, what it means when you get scratched or whatever. But I just kind of had this inner knowing because of my other experiences, my other really super only, mostly in my life, super good experiences in the paranormal realm. Yes, I was on a TV show that was called Stalked by a Ghost, and so it was they really edited it to make it seem really scary and that sort of thing. But overall, and more as I've really studied about how to intentionally connect with the non-physical in a good way, and how to honor the land and honor and respect and communicate with whoever might, any non-physicals that might be where you are, and how to do little gifting and things like that. And I have found that I have been helped along the way, and it's from the non-physical. And like I said, inspiring the physical people to help. So anyways, okay. So they told me, yes, you are right. It is a shamanic symbol that is actually a combined symbol. And I learned that, which makes total sense, is that you could take a symbol that's representing something, and each shaman or each medicine person or whoever wants to can actually sort of modify it for your own purposes. So when I looked at the symbol more so, I could see that it actually was not a Z, but the part of the line that goes down on the Z, or a little sideways, it actually did like a curve like that above the line of the Z. And then the part that I was telling you that was the line of, like, that was not connected to the Z at first, that actually was connected to that line. And then the lower part of the Z was not connected. It was very close to it, kind of did a little down thing like that. So they're telling me, and this makes total sense to me because of my work, my spiritual studies, my healing work, etc. All my work I've been doing on myself in my life, and understanding about as much as I can about many things. That the symbol represents purification, kind of slash equals healing, and then another part of it is healing slash equals giving. And so then as a couple more days were going by, the more and more I was able to kind of know what it meant. And there's more to it. I know that. So I'll just say first that a couple of days before this happened, I all of a sudden I had been thinking since, a little bit after I got to this area that I wanted to go talk with an elder. And then it happened again, like a couple days before this experience, where I was like, I want to find an elder to talk to. And then that happened, and then so I feel that the symbol represents, because when you're doing this work and you're recognizing how to pay attention to what your inner senses are telling you, the way that us as spiritual beings, the way that we are able to have a communication in a non-physical way is through symbols and interpreting things from your own experiences in life, because it's your own experiences. So, like, for example, you have an apple, somebody says, what does apple represent? There are so many different representations of just apple that a person would immediately just think about. So for me, what I kind of saw in my mind's eye a little bit was when I was in Girl Scouts and Brownies, when you did the thing or earned the thing or whatever, you would get a badge, like you would get a merit badge, and it was a circle. And so that's what I I saw, kind of like, I was like not really seeing it, but in my inner sight, I guess, or my thoughts went to that, and I all of a sudden, like, the sash and all the little merit badges on it. So it was kind of like I was being told, you earned it, you earned your badge. So that's kind of fun. And then it's like saying too is, continue paying it forward. I have been doing the paying it forward with what I what I can do. I do, and so then I feel like I got a chance to pay it forward with someone a couple days ago, and it felt really good, to be able to do something that is so natural to help someone, and then it really could, it made us have a really good experience with each other and a connection, and I it's neat when that can happen. So anyways, so I wanted to share that story. So I had that experience, and I'm really interested to see how things continue to play out with my studies. And so I also was able to talk to somebody who has been working with and connecting with Native people, many tribes, for like 30 years. So I talked to her, and she thought of somebody for me to talk to, and he's 2 hours away. And I left him a message. He called me back yesterday, and now I'm gonna get to go to his to where he lives in another town, and we're gonna do some talking about some stuff. And if it's meant to, then we're gonna do my first sweat lodge. So I'm crossing my fingers that that'll happen. So I will keep you updated on how that goes. So I hope you guys are enjoying your fall, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.